Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today I wanted to discuss basically some misconceptions that I've just been running into constantly with regard to lighters and what is and isn't good to use, particularly with the cigars and pipes, because of course certain lighters or fluids or, fuels, let's call it lighter fuels, can impart a taste, apparently, and obviously that's not something we want. So, uh, one of the main misconceptions I've been noticing is that the Bic lighter, people claim that this will impart a negative flavor because it's not butane. It's a lighter fluid-based lighter. And what I wanted to kind of cover is the fact that this is a butane lighter. And it's not going to say that specifically. It's not going to say butane on here, but it is. And you want to know how you know that? Well, the way you know that is this. Lighter fluid, the kind of stuff you use in a Zippo, has to use a wick to get the fluid out of the what do you want to call that? The containment area. The word's escaping me at the moment, but you've got to get it from there, the reservoir, there you go, up to a source of spark to ignite it. And in order to do that, because it's a liquid at atmospheric pressure and at standard temperatures that we live in, because it's a liquid at those pressures and temperatures, you need a wick to bring it up. Now, lighter fluid does have a nasty flavor, and it's actually the chemical that's used is called naphtha, Naphtha, naphtha. Um, anyway, that is lighter fluid, and that stuff will impart a taste, supposedly. I don't use the Zippo. I don't really know. I've never bothered, so I actually can't say for sure that I could tell a difference. But I believe it would, given the chemical properties and the fact that you're using a liquid. It's probably going to be more likely to leave a sooty, uh, uh, oily leftover almost. I wouldn't suggest using it personally on a cigar because it requires so much toasting and you're really going to saturate it with any kind of unburned stuff. However, this right here uses butane, and the way you know that is that the stuff in here is only a liquid under pressure. If you open this up, and please don't do this because it's a bit dangerous, but if you open this up, it's not going to remain liquid. It's going to go off into vapor because it's no longer under pressure if you open this container. At atmospheric pressure and at standard temperatures in which we live, it will readily vaporize. And that's why you don't need a wick. When you press down on this right here, it opens a metered orifice, and since the contents are already under pressure, it ejects it through the metered orifice. As soon as it's ejected, it's going to vaporize, unless you have it, the ones where you can adjust. You can turn it up so high that it comes out as a stream, but it immediately, it gets a little bit up and then it's vapor. It can't remain fluid. Lighter fluid, you could pour it in a cup and it's going to remain a fluid. It's volatile, but it's going to be like gasoline or diesel fuel. It will gradually vaporize, but it's going to sit there as a fluid. This butane is not. It's going to, rapidly vaporize. So, whenever you have a lighter, a Jeep, a Bic, anything like that that's using a reservoir that connects to a metered orifice, you're talking butane. Lighter fluid doesn't work like that. You don't put lighter fluid in something and have it come out a metered orifice. It's simply not something that's done because I think if you pressurized it, it still wouldn't really work right. I think the reason that butane works so well is because it's not a liquid at atmospheric pressure. So when you open that orifice and it escapes, it's trying to escape. As soon as you open that and let pressure drop, it's gonna boom, come right out. So I mean, I guess you could manage to make a lighter like this that used naphtha, but they don't do it. It's not practical and it's pointless. So, it's interesting because I think it tends to make people think they have to buy this really expensive lighter, to get the butane because they don't want to use this and impart a bad taste. And what they don't realize is that torch or natural flame lighter that's $30, a Cigar or something. I'm not saying they're bad, and I'm not saying they're not worth the money. Don't get me wrong there. What I am saying though is a lot of times people buy them thinking that there's something different in there and that's using butane, whereas these are lighter fluid. And that's not true. They're all butane. Uh, I can get these for $1.25 each, and to be perfectly honest, I'm sure that over time you might save a bit by getting the refillable, a nice one. And there are times where you really want that torch. I got to be honest there as well. There are just high wind situations where a torch is absolutely necessary. But honestly, I don't think you end up saving that much unless you're buying the butane in bulk, uh, or you have a way to get it cheaply. I mean, obviously, this isn't some insanely great deal, but just understand that you don't actually have to make that investment, and that these right here are butane lighters. They're not lighter fluid, they're not naphtha, they're not like a Zippo. uh, and of course Zippo does make a butane lighter. I think it's called Zippo Blue, but anyway, I'm talking standard Zippo with the little the cloth thing in there in the reservoir, and it has a wick and all that. So wick, you're talking naphtha lighter fluid. Metered orifice, you're talking butane. There may be exceptions, but I can tell you right now that Bic and the Jeep are not exceptions to that. They both use butane, and yeah, so if someone tells you, hey, what the hell are you using that for? It's going to impart a nasty taste. You can go ahead and tell them, no, actually, you're wrong. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and hopefully not everyone already knew that. All right, see ya.